Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Ted Novelli, Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, and I'm here to do a report on our meeting yesterday, Board of Supervisors meeting for Tuesday, May 27th. We had a few items in closed session, conference with labor negotiations and conference with County Council on a few things. No update there, nothing to report. Moving on down to the agenda in public matters, we discussed Dr. Hartman's retirement, and we discussed Supervisor Plaz discussed Senator Hancock's 1199 Wild and Scenic bill. Moving on down to the regular agenda, we had a very good presentation from Michael Sharp in regards to the Kirkwood Out Valley Electric Project. This is a project that's going on to bring power into the Kirkwood Meadow area, getting off the generator systems, and hopefully some other entities in that area. I went up there Saturday and Sunday and observed the staging area of the poles, the equipment, et cetera, et cetera. The poles that are coming from Salt Springs over the Bear River are massive poles, 30 inches in diameter. Some of them go to 90, 100 plus feet, just massive poles. And I'm looking forward to having power in Kirkwood, so I think this is a good thing. They are working on the roads, as we know, and that could cause some delays here and there. And some of the roads look kind of beat up right now, but once this project is done with, we will have those roads patched up and they'll be looking pretty good. Moving on down to the next item on the agenda, item 7 was the 2012-2013 grand jury report presentation, and this is when the grand jury came out, they gave us a report. The Board of Supervisors returned with responses to their report, and this is their report from Mr. Mark Patrick, the grand jury foreman, his response back to the Board of Supervisors report. So this was all good. It's important to stay in contact with the grand jury. I think they do a great job. These people were, basically doing things on their own time, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's always good to have someone looking at government, making sure that everything's going smoothly and correctly in the right direction. Our next thing on the agenda was Secure Rural Schools Act, and this is Title III monies, and we're going to continue this to a later date, but as we know, there's monies out there for our Sheriff's Department when they do search and rescue on forest lands, and we also have funds out there for the Fire Safe Council, and we also have funds out there for Fire-Wise community, which is important. As we all know, we live in Amador County here, and we're always worried about fire. Since I've been on the board, fire's been my number one thing. Also, water is one of my number one things, too. So with that, we had very good discussion, and we'll be bringing that back in a later meeting with more input on that. The next thing then we had a very important topic was the jail property assessment. We had a contractor, CGL, go out and do a contract in regards to what are the proper sites for us to go forward with our jail. This is a very good discussion. We had the Sheriff, Martin Ryan, there. We had the Under-Sheriff, Jimmy Wagner, there. It was very good discussion. This topic lasted over 2 hours just for the board to ask questions, get feedback, et cetera, et cetera. John Hopkins, our GSA director, was there. We had many staff there. Susan Grahava giving input in regards to this. It looks like we're nailing it down to 2 areas. One would be the Wicklow property that the county owns out there by Walmart, and the other one would be the SPI property, which is up by the Health and Human Services property up in there. So we're getting it nailed down to 2 specific areas, and we're going to get more feedback on this as we go forward. We gave instruction to staff and instructions to the contractor to go forward and bring back more information on that. So that was a very good topic. Our next item was a 2014-2015 budget discussion in regards to both the Sheriff's Office and Human Services, Health and Human Services, and we, HR I call it, we got very good discussion from staff on both of those, Sheriff Martin Ryan again and Under Sheriff Jim Wagner in regards to the Sheriff's Office. They did their due diligence and they were able to meet their goal that Chuck Eiley, our CAO, stated that we had to meet in order to do that. And let me just say, with the Sheriff's Office, depending on how you receive and how much crime you have out there and how many inmates you're receiving from the jail system in regards to the state of California, AB 109, that has an effect on your budget. So I think both the sheriff and the undersheriff are doing a great job keeping that budget and making sure they meet those deadlines for our CAO and for the board. So I want to say thank you to both of them. And then we had Scott Casper, our HR director. He did a very good job in meeting his projected budget for HR with the training they have to do and the classes they have to put on for staff. Sometimes that could be difficult because, as we all know, the state comes down and says, well, you need to do this training, you need to do that. And so he receives these things and he's still going forward and he's still meeting his projected goals, so that was a good thing. Then the next thing coming down was item 11 was the mandate repayment. Apparently the governor's office is saying that we're going to get $100 million in mandate repayments. Well, I'm one of those persons, I'm like St. Thomas Aquinas, I want to see it to believe it, but I'm holding and hoping that everything works out. And then our next and last item was the minutes for April 8th, 2014. Those were approved by the Board of Supervisors. And with that, I just want to say thank you all, and this is Ted Novelli. Have a great day, and any questions, feel free to call us, 223-6470 and 223-6494. Thank you again. Bye.